As the first game in a series, Kirby's Dream Land is really well made. There's not much you can use to just breeze through it, unlike in later games, and is a fun, simple game to come back to. You may expect that, due to the game being so simple, there is not much to talk about in terms of speedrunning for the game. There's no abilities, only 4 levels, Kirby can't even moonwalk, so you already know this isn't like Kirby 64. What could the game possibly have? And don't you worry, because even this early on, Kirby's Dream Land has some crazy tricks hidden under its sleeve. Or, it's box art? I don't know how games work.
Whatever, man.
And I'm not just talking about something small, like landing on an enemy after falling for a while, instead of just jumping over them. That's a silly little quirk of Dreamland, I'll admit, but no. What I'm talking about is a power-up that many Kirby and Smash Bros. Enthusiasts alike will recognize, the Super Spicy Curry. But how can you use a power-up that does nothing for your speed to make your speed go speed? Here. That's what we're here to find out. Before we do, though, if you like Kirby, enjoy speedrunning, or just want to help a little puppy out, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel, and consider checking out my Patreon, link in the description, for nifty perks like 2-day early access to all of my videos. Super thanks to my head-patting full-level fan pup trends, Biohazard, Tyke, and remember, Miss K says, "Help! I'm stuck in a YouTube video! You need to subscribe on Twitch to save me!" I love you guys! So, let's have fun! Yay! By quizzing you on Kirby's Dream Land! Boo. Don't worry, this is on the test. Professor Puppy's not gonna grade you playing games or test time. How many levels does the Super Spicy Curry appear in? If you guessed every level, that's wrong, because Green Greens doesn't have it. If you guessed 4, that's still wrong, although you do get a mint leaf, it's just not the Super Spicy Curry. I literally finished the video and was ready to render it when I realized, oh wait a minute, that's the mint leaf, not the curry, you dumb dog. If you said 3, that's correct. Castle Lololo, Float Islands, and Bubbly Clouds. Now, of those 3, how many can you reach the boss fight for? For Bubbly Clouds, no, the room you get the curry in just lasts way too long. It's designed that way, you're not gonna make it. For Float Islands, yes, there's a curry, but you're not able to reach the boss with it. And even if you could, we had talked about Kubula before, you fight with the mint leaf, not the curry, even though I was about to hit the render button and I had written in the script that you were, haha. That leaves Castle Lololo, and it would be very easy to assume that you wouldn't be able to make it to Lololo and Lalala with this curry. To even get to the curry, you have to go off the main path, get the curry itself, get back to the main path after waiting for these ghosts to disappear. It's not happening, just off of that alone. If you're media savvy at all, though, you've probably already realized that this is not only possible, but something that many experienced speedrunners use when playing this game. The trick has been donned Curry Kill, referring to the fact that you use curry to kill. Fascinating. To get this trick to work, you need to make it to the curry itself, located in this door. Simple enough. Kirby goes in, boom, ghosts. Happy Halloween. Take them out, or dodge them if you're a tryhard. Then you float to the top, Kirby goes, and inhales the curry. Once you're at this point, the real fun begins. In your average playthrough, you'll probably get around this point you're seeing on screen right now before the curry fades off. For most, this would be a good thing. Spices do a real number on your stomach, and we all want the best for Kirby. But at the same time, we know Kirby can do better. We can do better. So let's walk through the steps of how Curry Kill actually works. First, these ghosts. They appear as soon as you exit the door and are a real pain, since you'd assume you need to wait for one of them to move by before you can get through. If you wait, though, you've already lost. It may make you out to be like a monster, but Han needs to shoot. You need to shoot first. If you wait until the perfect moment, and by that, I mean when you're like close to the edge, it's actually really lenient once you have the hang of it, you can get through nice and quick. From there, you are going to want to drop down to where the door is, but there's a problem. This platform here, George, you can't just drop to the ground. If you do, the door is going to get in your way. Thankfully, if you wait until you're about to land and then float, you can enter the door without losing much time at all. From there, the next room is very easy, thankfully. You just float above the enemies and you'll land in the door, simple stuff. The game kinda lags when you do this, and while it doesn't make it hard or anything, I'm not gonna lie, the lag kind of makes it look a lot cooler than it actually is. Afterwards, you can jump right and float up from here to get to the top. Simple stuff, although you gotta be careful. Near the top, there's gonna be a Gordo moving around. This Gordo is not very nice. He'll steal your lunch money if you let him. Just wait a second for him to float by, and I do literally mean a second. Then you get through and you're not gonna get hit. You really wanna make sure you don't get hit, especially because of some stuff coming up. This next room is probably the trickiest of the bunch so far. You do a full hop to the right, you snipe this Waddle Dee with your stinky spicy curry breath, and then you do another full hop to the right. This time though, you intentionally get hit. This will damage boost you closer to the door and allow you to enter the door sooner than you would otherwise. And with that, we're here! We made it to the boss fight with Curry. That is actually pretty easy. Well, okay, maybe easy isn't the right word. Rather, everything is consistent, and aside from the final room, it's all pretty lenient. With just a little bit of practice, you can easily make it to the bosses. Now for the hard part. Lololo and Lalala. If you want that W, you gotta beat the L's. To give you an idea of how tough the kill part of Curry Kill is, though, I'm no super expert, but given everything about this channel, I'd like to think I'm pretty good at Kirby. Not to brag or anything, of course, but, pretty good. When recording footage for this video, I played for a half hour. I'm recording this from my Switch as well, meaning I have access to the rewind feature. Making a mistake just means I take a few seconds to go, oh man, and then I just use the Amazing World of Gumball remote to rewind back to the beginning, if not a little earlier, so I can scatter the RNG for variety's sake. Variety is the spice of life, and RNG is the root of all evil, you know the gel. With all of that said, how many of these Curry kills did I actually get? 3. There are a lot of things that make this hard, but there are 2 main factors you need to look out for. First is RNG, which may seem out of your control, and as far as I know, a truly awful pattern, like the little gremlin spawning at the very top and bottom, is impossible to get Curry kill with. That said, the odds of getting a bad pattern are pretty low, and every other pattern is doable if you're really fast. Ideally, of course, you get them in the 2 middle rows. The less you have to move around, the less time you have to lose your curry. Without the curry, you're just gonna have normal, regular breath for this, which even at this point in the series, the enemies are already used to. But another huge factor is simply being fast enough to actually get the curry kill itself. Any time lost to waiting for ghosts at the start, or floating into the door right after, or avoiding damage from that Gordo shortly before the end, all add up. Not only that, but there's a chance that you'll have to land 8 hits instead of 6, since both of the triple L's have that block they're pushing around. You can damage boost to get the hits in a little quicker. Sounds weird, but trust me, it works. But it's still gonna be really close, even with the best possible pattern. Basically, any little bit of time save that you can get, you want to get. This also applies to the extra mode, although, oh boy, extra mode, a lot harder. That said, despite how much I'm explaining about this, the actual explanation of the fight itself is really simple. You rush to one of the 2, you press B until your stinky breath makes them explode, as stinky breath normally does, and rinse repeat with the other. Make sure you end on this upper middle row so you spawn directly on top of the stars at the end, teabag a little bit because you're epic, and there you go! Curry kill achieved! Yay! The only other notable detail is that, even if you don't get a full curry kill, you can still save a good amount of time if you can get in a couple of hits. I'd say if you can get in at least 5, which is pretty common once you got the hang of it, it's a success. Kirby's Dream Land has plenty of other nifty skips that help make it a fun speed game, but Curry Kill is by far the flashiest. If you're looking to take speedrunning this game seriously, I will admit that this is far from the most important trick to get right. I honestly feel like general movement and RNG manipulation are going to save you a lot more time compared to having stinky breath. That said, if you ask me, this is the most fun trick to learn in the whole game. As soon as you inhale that curry, the stakes are immediately high, and there's nothing standing between you and that sweet curry kill, except your ability to pull it off. Because getting to Lololo and Lalala is so consistent, it's just fun pulling the game up every now and then and seeing if you can get it right, how far you can push yourself, how close you can get. Is this the most complex tech in the game? No, but it's fun, and it makes you feel like a champ. It even saves you some time. It is the perfect combination of traits for a game like Kirby's Dream Land.